back. Welcome back, everybody, to Roll with the Troll. Today we're talking about Miguel.
Best match.
We're trying to figure out what girl belongs with Miguel. We've seen this guy date since the show started.
Yeah.
Right? He's been out with
Almost.
Sam. He dated Sam, then he dated Tory, then he dated Sam, and now he's going to get together with somebody in Mexico. But we should plot out. We should, like, the voice of reason here and I are making lists and determining what is the order. How would you rank the girls on the show as potential love mates for Miguel and his penis? So,
oh my God.
Yeah, so we've put together our lists here. At the very bottom of my list.
Well, how many did we come up with?
We each came up with 6. I know there's other girls on the show, but we came up with the main 6 girls who we think could be contestants. For Miguel's heart.
Yeah.
And notice I said heart this time.
Thank
so
you.
Chill out. Okay.
Thank you.
Bottom of my list, number 6 is Yasmin.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's way too materialistic. I know you might say, well, now she's into Dimitri.
Yeah, yeah.
And so she's not materialistic anymore. I don't care. I still don't see her with Miguel at all. I think Miguel is... they would have no common ground whatsoever. It's not going to work out. I
don't think she has a lot in common with Dimitri either, but...
No, but at least they had a little spark happen because they were both getting bullied and all that. So they have their story. They probably don't belong together, but they're into each other because of their story. So, besides, this isn't Dimitri's video. This is Miguel's video.
Oh, pardon me.
And we're concerned about who Miguel should be with. So I'm going to say
bottom
of the list. Are you telling me
to focus?
I am. I'm saying Yaz is at the bottom of the fucking list. What do you say?
Well, the bottom of my list of the 6 was Aisha.
Oh, my God.
And that is because they had such
Because she's a little overweight, I see.
Stop!
You feel Miguel belongs with only the thin girls. That's shocking.
Oh, my God. No, because they had such a friendship, and it was very platonic, and he was always going to her for advice about Sam, and they had kind of a... It became more of a sibling platonic kind of a friendship, and that's hard to get out of, so I kind of... see her as number 6 of the 6.
Well, we'll talk about number 5 then. Number 5 to me is Tory. I know he dated her for quite a while. Yep. He dated her for quite a while.
Are you insane?
I don't think they're a good match at all.
Oh, come on.
At the end of the day, Miguel is a soft soul. Now, I know that sounds funny because he started a riot at the school in season 2. Yes, he started that. But, and Sam did. But
and Tory did.
Well, Tory had a small role in it because she beat up the principal and got on the microphone. But ultimately, I don't think Tory and Miguel could ever really work for more than 5 minutes. I think the amount of time they lasted on the show was about as much time as they would last in real life. I'm going to put her at number 5.
Really?
Yes.
Well, my number 5 is Yaz.
Yeah. So you agree that Yaz and Miguel don't belong together?
Yeah, would not be a good match. I'm not seeing that one so much.
Okay. Well, let's talk about number 4. Number 4, new to the show, is Devin, my long-lost daughter.
You
girl's
love
a riot.
Devin.
I think she's so much fun. When she really had me when she told Johnny at the end of season 4, when she did the math and she said, that's what it'll take to kick Cobra Kai's metaphorical balls. That, to me, that just did. I love that line. She was delivered so perfect. I think the actress is great. I just love her.
If you had a daughter, that is what you'd want her to be like.
Are you kidding me? Of course. So that Devin's awesome. So I think she could fit well with Miguel. I think she's smart. Miguel's kind of smart. I think they both have a similar relationship with Johnny. You know, and I think therefore I see them together. So there you go. So she does fairly well on the list at number 4.
I think she's a little bit younger, but they have a lot in common too. But my number 4 is Moon. Yeah.
Now in real life, they had sex a bunch of times. They did. They admitted it. So in real life,
they were dating.
They dated. Well, you know what I mean. The actor and the actress from those roles. So that's kind of cool that what you're citing here, that Moon could be, maybe you're kind of like getting into something, like you're figuring out some sort of energy that's bled into the show. Is that possible?
No, to be honest, I never really picked up on any energy between Miguel and Moon, but I'm just, if I'm ranking the 6 girls that we identified, then she would be number 4 for me.
My number 3 is Aisha. You put her at the very bottom at number 6. I think he could do pretty well with Aisha.
Yeah? Why is that?
Well, I mean, I know your points were that, like, on the show, in their circumstance,
Yeah.
that he was going to her for girl advice. But that's because he was already into Sam.
Mm-hmm.
But had that not been the case, had timing been different and circumstances been different, I think they could have really hit it off. I think also Aisha's not, she's not confident at all. And so she wasn't going to flirt with Miguel. She doesn't have the confidence for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Miguel, well, yeah, I can go on. I think the bottom line is that Miguel was, their circumstances were such that there was going to be no romance. But I could see them actually really getting along and having a nice, healthy relationship for a long time.
Okay.
You know? I mean, she lives too far now. He's not driving 2 hours. He's going to Mexico, but he's not going to go 2 hours away.
Yeah.
To be with Aisha. So who's your number 3?
Number 3 for me is Devin.
You put her even higher on the list than I did.
I did, yes.
It's interesting. What makes
did.
you think she's such a good match for Mr. Miguel?
Well, as you mentioned, they have a relationship with Johnny. They have that in common. And I think that she has an energy that is matching Miguel's, because when Miguel is spot on in his practice and his training and everything, and just as she is, they kind of are well matched that way. And they're both, they're both competitors. They're both contenders.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I see them together, but neither one of us put them in the top 2 spots. You ready to get into the top 2 spots?
Let's.
All right. We both have the same number 2.
We do.
We both put
look at that.
Sam LaRusso at number 2.
Samantha LaRusso.
So the relationship, once again, is rocky
Number
with
2 for
them.
them. Yeah.
By the way, if you're watching this video in the future, we are just coming off of season 4. So, think back if you're on season 5 or 6 now. Season 4, Miguel was with Sam again, but then Sam acted like a maniac. And things kind of ended a little,
She's a
little
psychopath.
oddly. We're going to get all these dislikes now. You can't do that. So I put Sam at number 2 because
As did I.
I think ultimately, even though they have a lot of problems on the show, the problems are mainly because their situation again. It's circumstantial.
Yeah, and there's definitely a mutual attraction and affection for each other.
Mm-hmm.
They just keep hitting these stumbling blocks
Because of their complicated situation with their dads or role model dad. They got a lot. They got a lot of people in their life kind of pulling them apart.
Yeah.
And a lot of situations and all that stuff. So yeah, but ultimately in life, I think he and Sam could actually do pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 1. I mean, by now you can deduce because we've only got one left for each of our lists. My number 1 is Moon.
Really?
You put Moon at number 4. I think on the show, even though Moon is very hippy dippy and Miguel's not really like that, I think if they lined up just right, I think they'd get along really well and have a nice relationship like they did in real life until he eventually kicked her to the curb and went for somebody else.
Sam.
Well, I'm talking about real life. He's not with what's her name in real life. In fact, in real life, they're like 8 years apart or something. So that would not work. Come to think of it, now that I think about this, in Karate Kid 3, remember how they had Ralph? They didn't want Ralph Macchio to kiss Robin Lively, because she was under 18.
Yeah.
Well, now that I think about this, Diaz, who's the kid? Is it Sholo? Is that how you say his name, Sholo?
I guess.
Okay. Well, he had love scenes or kiss scenes, I guess, with Sam LaRusso. They're way apart in age. She's like 8 years older than him or something. So he was not 18.
That many?
Yeah. Yeah, she's like a 26-year-old woman or something. He's now, look it up, guys, but they're many years apart. So that's interesting that in season 1, when he was definitely a minor, that who knows? I don't know. Maybe there's different stories. Maybe there's conflicting information out there. But anyway, so my number 1 for Miguel, for Mr. Diaz, is Moon. Your number 1 is
Tory.
You think Tory? Why? I put her so low on my list.
You did. It's offensive.
Why do you think Tori's a good match for him? They didn't do well.
Well, I still think that they're a good match. They have more in common than he has in common with Sam. We've talked about this before. And, they understand each other. They have an understanding of things that they don't have to explain to each other like he would have to explain to Sam. And for that reason, plus they also, just as with Devin, they have an intensity that matches. So I thought they were a great match, actually.
Wow. I just think of Miguel as generally a soft kid, and that Tory is more into guys. You know, this goes back to the conversation we had in the Johnny video about Johnny's best match, and how I said Allie, or maybe it was the one about Daniel LaRusso, but I made the point that Allie would want a guy with a really strong kind of core who's very solid in his footing, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's the same kind of thing here. I think Tori's that same way. And I don't think Miguel's really that guy. Now, Robbie is. Robbie's stern as to who he is and where he's headed and all that. Miguel's all over the fucking place.
Well, yeah, I would say that Tory is Miguel's best match in my mind. But I would say that Robbie is actually probably Tory's best match.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll do a Tory video pretty soon.
Next.
And now you just spoiled the whole damn thing. So there you go.
Spoiler alert.
All right. Yeah, for our own video that's not out yet. The hell are we doing? Anyway, guys, like, that's really all. I mean, we've got a million
Hit the
other
like
things
button
to talk
for
about.
that.
Yeah, like and subscribe. We have all kinds of things that we're going to be talking about on this channel. Cobra Kai. We're going to talk about how Boba Fett kind of sucks. We're going to get some political stuff happening for a little bit. Maybe try a couple political videos so people can hate on us a little bit. Let's have some fun. So be sure to like and subscribe and click bells and all that other bullshit. And comment. You know, the main thing is comment. We want to know what you think about all these topics that we're getting into. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow, man.